to another episode of Outcasts to Icons. And as always, guys, if you are enjoying the series, please do drop that a like on the video. And I know it's just like drop off over the last couple of days, and you always get that when you sort of change things about the series. You get like a sudden boost, and it all kinds of drops off a little bit, which is understandable. My question is to you. I really hope that my little absence where I was ill hasn't affected the momentum of the series too much. I really do apologise if that's the case. It has been difficult, and I really did want to carry on, but I just physically couldn't. And I'm back to being as consistent as I was before now, hopefully, so we shouldn't expect any more sudden dropouts, let's put it that way. So don't worry about that. Right. So in our last episode, we were comfortably beaten at home by Hoffenheim, who really did just laid it. Well, I say laid out a beat. I was 2-0, but it could have been a lot worse. They were fantastic, we were just terrible. But since then, I feel we've actually picked up quite nicely in certain respects. Now, we're going to just jump in and take a little gander through, but first we have a question of the day, because I'm going to try and do these every day now. So, of course, as always, if you have any ideas for a question of the day, drop it in the comments with the hashtag QOTD, and I'll add it to my list. Now, this isn't actually the first one on my list, but I realise that if I don't put it in now, then it will become meaningless. And that question is this: who do you think will win the UEFA Champions League final? Now, of course, it's a tough one. Like, I'd love to see Juve win it, just because it'd be nice to see the old lady win the Champions League. It's been a long time since they've won the European Cup. I don't know if they've actually won it since it's been the Champions League, or whether it's been that long. But the point is, it's fantastic. You know, the fact is they were able to knock out Real Madrid. They've got a really sturdy team and some decent flair. We're in the right places, but I just wonder if Barcelona are going to be too strong. The way they've dispatched with teams lately has been a little bit scary, and I just wonder if Juve have got what it takes to basically overcome that kind of huge mountain. But let me know what you think in the comments. Barca or Juve to win the Champions League? So let's just jump straight into what we've been doing this month, basically. So after the Hoffenheim game, we really did need to regroup, and we had a game away at Mallorca, but we've had this habit lately of just picking up some really solid victories, like not only winning, but scoring lots of goals, and that's been nice against particularly teams below us in the table, obviously, but Mallorca weren't that low in the table. We also, I don't know, they had a lot of long shots in this game, and that's sort of been a sort of theme lately. The Christmas Tree of Doom seems to provoke other teams, particularly some of the worst teams, into taking more long shots, and we made the most of this. This first half was fantastic from us. Matthias Honsak has got himself a serious amount of goals lately, I have to say. He has been gloriously good for us. On 14 minutes gave us the lead. I think it's because, well, despite that, I don't know actually, because he usually plays on that left-hand side, and that's more of a supporting role. But hey, you just never know. He just seems to get himself in the box a lot more so than we've ever had another player in that position, I feel. Juaro then made it 2-0 just 3 minutes later, and I was pretty comfortable at this point. But Luis had other ideas, and he's had another great month so far, making it 3-0. So 3 goals in 6 minutes, and suddenly it's pretty much game over. Asdrubal did get one back before half-time, but it wasn't really going to be much for them, if I'm honest. And then we did add a second, Juaro's second, just after half-time to make it 4-1, and just kind of chilled after that. Philip Fustin actually did start this game, but he did come off because he was looking a bit knackered, and Lolo Kano also came off in this one early in the first half because of injuries, which was a bit annoying, if I'm honest. But it's good to have Philip Fustin back. He's a useful player that's been out for quite some time, and he's a pretty solid looking lad, I have to say. I didn't even know he really existed until my assistant suddenly picked him for the team one day. I was like, hello, who's this lad? So there you go. Next up, we had Recreativa Huelva, and, well, I mean, we were always going to win this game, basically. They've yet to win a single match all season, and not only that, I think coming into this match, they'd got 1 point on the board and lost every other game they'd played. Luis gave us the lead on 3 minutes, and that was pretty much done for at that point. Look at that, 67% possession. This is one of those games where the Christmas Tree of Doom really did work to perfection. We probably could have had a lot more goals in this one, if I'm honest, but we didn't get them, and no biggie. Juaro grabbed himself another goal in 32 minutes before Alvaro Morata. Pleasant to see him finally scoring one off the bench to make it, well, 3-0 with a 94th minute penalty. Also, there was a Real Madrid versus Barcelona game, El Clasico, in which Real Madrid took the lead in the 94th minute, only to be equalised in the 95th minute. It was ridiculous to see that happen, but there you go. Now, oh yeah, here we go. Valenciennes. Now, this, I really did not know where this came from. This was one of those games that was just a perfect storm, and I think it almost makes up for a little bit of the poor luck we had against sort of Real Madrid with this game, because I did not think we deserved to get anywhere near a 3-1 win. Lolo Kano gave us the lead on 5 minutes, which was fine, because we actually started quite well, but it was instantly cancelled out by Borna Miklic, and I thought, okay, well, they're going to flip this one on us, but they got some injuries. Well, we actually took the lead again before the injuries came, but Alpha Freitas Reyes gave us the lead on 17 minutes. He's been really solid for us as well. But Then the injuries happened. I think we were a little bit lucky to be 2-1 up at that point, but once the injuries for Borna Miklic and then Umut Bozok happened, they'd already made 2 substitutions there, and things just didn't work out too well for them, basically. It was poor. Matthias Honsak again made it 3-1 then, and I just think that, like, I don't know, they still had a lot of shots, that's what I would say. And then Magomed Ozdoev, who some of you who watched my Red Star save will remember the name, we actually signed him on that save, I believe it was the Red Star save we had him on, was then sent off, and well, I mean, I think that we got a bit lucky here, but sometimes you need that little bit of luck. And that was the win that actually put us through, so that was important, giving us 1 game in hand we could use against Terek Grozny. And it was a home match anyway, so now I was a little bit disappointed in this one. Against Numancia, I thought we should have done better, if I'm honest. Musa Konate and then Leonardo Mainz gave them 2 goals in 3 minutes, and we just had no answer to them. They're not a good side. They were like 16th in the league, and they just beat us at home just like that. So, off the back of a good result against Valenciennes, we've got this absolutely terrible one against Numancia. But then again, is that Hesse? It is, okay. So that's surprising, actually, that he's at Numancia. So there we go. They've got Huaro as well. I did not notice that at the time. Okay, right, so, next up, we had Terek Grozny, and this was always going to be a win for us, you'd have to say. And that being said, they had a lot of shots, and they hit the target with a fair number of them. They weren't all long shots either. They just didn't seem to get much of the ball. Luis gave us the lead on 15 minutes before Huaro added a second, and we were pretty much cruising at that point, and I wasn't really that bothered because we'd already qualified. It was just a case of, can we win the group? But of course, I realised that we couldn't win the group because Hoffenheim had a better head-to-head record against us, which, we actually ended up finishing with a better goal difference than them on the same number of points, but it didn't make any difference, which is a bit of a pain, I have to say. Paul Anuachu, who actually scored for Terek in the home leg, got on back for them in first half stoppage time. So going in at half-time at 2-1, I was confident that we could do it in the second half, but still felt like they maybe had a sting in the tail because they hadn't been too bad, actually. But then on 58 minutes, Luis added his second, and our third, before 4 minutes later converting his hat-trick. It's lovely to see him scoring goals with such gusto again, and Onuachu did get one back again for Terek soon after, but another 4-2 win. We're conceding a few more goals now, but still looking pretty damn solid. Next up, we had the cup game against Baracaldo, and I've got to say, this was one of those weird ones. I put out a slightly weakened team, as you can see. Ayala, Marcos, Castillo, Vicuna up front. Not entirely. I mean, we had to change a few things because it just wasn't working out for us. They actually took the lead in this one through Ariza Balaga, and I was just dumbfounded by that. We were the better team, as you can see, but it was still they didn't do too bad, I've got to say. Obviously, we were made slightly worse by playing a slightly weakened team, but still. Lolo Kano did equalise for us, thank God. But in the second half, we were really struggling until a penalty in the 89th minute looked to have handed us the win, only for us to get a freaking insta-highlight, and Juan Esnalda went down the other end and equalised for Baracaldo. So we're going into the second leg at home with a 2-2 draw. I mean, we should still go through comfortably, but the fact that they've done that, oh, wow. You seem to get that in cup games. I used to notice that a lot. My Portsmouth say if we'd end up like being brilliant in the league and then getting knocked out the cup by AFC Wimbledon or something, no disrespect. So that's how things are at the moment. Now, at the moment, we are currently in 4th place, but as you can see, a win against Barcelona today, easy stuff, will see us see us hop back above the teams above us, back into 1st place, but it is at the Nou Camp. And although Barcelona are well off the pace, they're 9 points behind us in the league and 10 points off the top. Because it's Barcelona, I'm fully expecting to get absolutely battered, just because that seems to be what happens. Even if you come up against a big team when they're playing horrifically, they'll still beat you, it seems. And that, for me, is a little bit odd. It just seems to happen, like, I understand that obviously the players are better, but if they're losing other games, then why can't they lose against me as well? As you can see, Recreativo Huelva are still without a win after 15 matches, 1 draw, 14 defeats, and only 5 goals scored in 15 games, 39 conceded. They're going to set a record low points total this season, and I wonder how early they're going to be relegated. Let me know what you think in the comments. We need Federico back, basically. He's such an important player for us. As you can see, Philip Cocu was sacked as Barcelona manager, has been replaced by Antonio Conte, and Ronnie Delia, formerly of Celtic, is now at Celta. So there you have it. Real Madrid, do they still not have a manager? Are they really without a manager? Oh, they do have a manager. So why is it not? Nah. Anyway, so there we go. Let's take a quick gander at the squad. Top goal scorer, of course, is Luis now with 14 goals in 20 appearances, some off the bench, of course, and that is a far more solid record from him that I was ever expecting him to get. So I think he could be good for 25, maybe even close to 30 goals this year if he really does carry on. But Juaro's also got 7, Honsak with 6. There's a lot of players getting a lot of goals, and that's pleasant. As for assist, Vico with the 10. We need him back. God damn, we need him back. Player of the Match awards. Again, Vico is so important to us. Let's just see what we're doing for tackles here. Besic, look at that, 15 tackles per game. He's a monster. He is a monster. Average rating, Vico again. Key aerial challenges, Insua, of course. Key passes would still probably be Vico, yeah. Key tackles, 14. Interceptions, 194. And, of course, value is Luis at 10 million. Right, let's jump into the game. Now, next time I'm going to try and pick a slightly more winnable game, potentially, for our live comp, because we've lost a few lately, and I'm not pleased about that. I like to win the live comp sometimes, because it's more entertaining for you guys, I'm sure. Although, obviously, the Real Madrid game was still eventful, so we'll have to just see which game we can pick for the next one. Maybe a slightly more winnable game, because I just have a horrible feeling that Barca are going to absolutely dick on us because they're Barca. We've got a pull. We've actually beaten them, apparently, though, sometime in the last 22 matches. 96,000 people inside the stadium for this one. Barca can move up as high as, well, they can move up as high as 7th, I guess. So there you go. Let's take a little look at their team in a sec as well. Besic is bloody suspended, which is a pain. So we're going to go with Luis, Kano, Freitas Reyes, Honsak, Fustin in the middle. He's a good player. I mean, look at this lad. He's not a bad lad. He's on loan, I think, from Real Madrid. Yeah. Not bad. He's got some room to improve, and I don't know if he'll do that this season with us, but he certainly looks like a solid player. Juaro on the right, Johnny be good, Insua, Diagni, Varela, and Lopez in goal. Because Casilla, I don't know, at first he was good, but I really am preferring Juan Lopez. Plus, Juan Lopez is younger. Casillas has already said he's going to retire, and I mean, Juan Lopez doesn't look that great, but some of his stats are quite decent. He's just got a few little holes in his game, I think. But then with goalkeepers, sometimes I find that ignoring the stars is completely better. Look at Bigger Belongo. Right, let's just jump straight in because this episode's getting a little bit long again and we don't want that. I need to sort out our captains and stuff off camera. That keeps happening. I keep forgetting to do it. We're apparently the favourites to win at the Nou Camp. That surprises me. It really, really does. I just don't see it happening somehow. Right, they've got Correa Rodriguez. Sounds like a regen. Oh, that hair, though. He's clearly been on holiday to Mexico and came back, you know, all spiritual. I've never seen that haircut on this game. Aza. Oh, he's a real player. Okay, Chidera Aza. Interesting. Luna. Jose Ramon Lunaire. Okay, a Spaniard. Sergio Alvarez. Real player, of course. Mutumbo. I'm pretty certain he's... Oh, no, he's not. He's a regent. Okay. Cardozo. Moro Cardozo. Got a lot of regents, actually. Silva. Sorry, I like to look through this stuff. Ion Laza, that's a cool name. Marino, well, they are basically full of regents. He needs to get some sleep. Petar Stojanovic is a real player, which is always nice. And Marc-Andre Ter Stegen is still at the club, which is good. The bench: Cruz, Jorge, Alvarez again, Yol, Carmelo, Portoles, and Niera. Okay, well, ooh, we're playing in our away kit. I don't see this one so much. Right, let's just dig in. I mean, maybe Barcelona have fallen off the radar a little bit. Maybe that's why they're not getting quite so many decent players in. But I still don't think we can take them for granted. I think there's every chance that we could get beaten here at the Nou Camp. But hey, even if we were to get beaten, we'd still be 4th in the league and only 1 point off the top of the league. So it's very, very tight. And what I've noticed is that I thought Barcelona were going to... Not Barca. I thought Real Madrid were going to run away with this division, but they just didn't. And they sort of got pegged right back. Oh, dear. Juaro. Freitas Reyes. We've not started this game where Luis is kind of... Oh, what a chance that was. First good opportunity of the game actually goes to us. Barcelona have kept a lot of the ball and a lot... Oh, that's worrying, actually, the amount of ball they've kept. They're playing like Barcelona. And I'm just wondering if the Christmas Tree of Doom might not be the best tactic to be employed in a game like this. But only time will tell. Oh, no, we don't need another injury. Damn it. Well, the only one that can really come on is Alvaro Morata. It's nice to have him back. It's the first time you guys are actually going to see him in this entire save. I'm already into... Oh, God. Silva's ball in, and it's Rodriguez there with the header. And I think Barcelona are going to dick all over us today. We just don't look up for it. The sort of key factors in our tactic working are keeping a lot of possession and completing a lot of passes, and at the moment, they just ain't doing it. And I think this could be one of those games where we might just have to lay there and take it. Damn it. I think that against teams that are worse than us in terms of squad, we are comfortably able to beat them really easily. But against teams that are better than us, I don't know, I feel like we're slowly finding our position. We've had a lot of games against teams that are below us lately, and it's allowed us to get an almost unrealistic points tally, I think. We've played a lot of games against bottom half sides, and I think when we start to come up against better teams, we could be in trouble. Luis with the strike, and that's 2 really good opportunities we've missed, though. That's what I would say. Like, as much as they've been clearly the better team, we've had 2 amazing opportunities, and Luis has missed both of them, and that isn't good enough, really, considering his goal-scoring record lately has been fantastic. Ezer. Stojanovic, I think we're going to... Oh, come on, there's defenders all over the place. We just don't seem to be good enough. Against teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid, we get good chances, but we just seem incapable of putting them in the net. Yet they get the chance and they're immediately on it. And they've obviously got better players than us. That much is true. But, like... Oh, Jesus. I can't wait to play a live com against a smaller team. I wanted to show you the Real Madrid and Barcelona games, at least in the first season, just so that we could have some interesting live coms, hopefully, but it just seems like we're going to get dicked on, basically. So I do apologise for that, but I don't really know how we can change things. I don't want to fuck with the tactic, because it is a good tactic. We're just going to have to try and go a bit more attacking like we did against Real Madrid, and we probably will get a few more goals scored against us at this rate, but we can only try, basically. Luis has had 2 really good opportunities, particularly the second one. He should have scored the second one. The first one, fair enough, but... You know, we've had 2 clear-cut chances. Admittedly, we've only had 2 shots in the entire game. We absolutely don't deserve anything from this at the moment. But it's just amazing how they could be struggling so much in the league, come up against us, and suddenly they're back to being Barcelona again, despite not being able to buy a win lately. Stojanovic out wide, and of course... Oh, what a save from Lopez. That's better. But, yeah, looking at our pass completion and possession, we are well off the ball today, and I just don't think that we're going to get anywhere near them at this rate. But you never know. We might be able to catch them on the break. Luis... Johnny Bigot out wide, whips it in, nobody's there, but it's going to be brought down by Juaro. It's a little bit too narrow, guys. Morata, he's got a man overlapping. Luis goes for goal, and it's offside as well. And he would have missed anyway. Because, yeah. Right. God, we've been shocking in the last couple of games. We didn't look great in the game against Baracaldo, but I was just thinking, well, it's just the weakened side, but maybe we're just hitting a little bit of a slump, and I do need to... That's offside. Surely that's offside, yeah. We've had a couple more shots, though, it would seem, though, and that's always nice. Possession's creeping up a little bit, not by much, but it's getting there, maybe. And pass completion is, again, creeping up slightly, but he is so far offside. Oh, no, he's not. He was offside, but not by much. Right, do we make a change? I might just hold off a little bit. Actually, no, screw it. I'm going to make a second change here because this ain't working. Who have we even got on the bench? Ayala, Vidra. I'm going to bring on Vidra for Freitas Reyes. And I'm going to keep the faith with Luis, but I don't know. Barcelona have been very, very good today. They've taken their chances. We've created a couple of good opportunities and just failed to take them, and that's been the problem. Kano coming through here, picked up by Vidra. Juaro, going too narrow, guys. Like, this system has wingers. We need to use them. Fustin, out wide. There's men over now. Kano, round the corner foot. Oh, and it's saved again. Another good opportunity goes begging. It's just impossible to score against these teams, it seems. I don't know what it is. Against Real Madrid, we created so many good opportunities. Or at least an equal number to them, and we just ended up getting dicked on, and it's the same thing today. Although we haven't been as good in terms of the number of shots today. We've still created 3 clear-cut opportunities. And there we go. Ah, dear. I guess that was... Yeah, I mean, they are Barcelona after all. Who cares about form? That seems to only apply to me. Anyway, I mean, we've got to sort of legislate for games like this sometimes, just because you aren't always going to get good results against the big sides. In fact, rarely we ever did with Portsmouth, if you recall. We'd always lose against the big teams, even though we were... Is that another opportunity? Oh, my God. 4 clear-cut chances in this game, and we've lost 3-0. My days. Like, we're good at creating chances, what I would say. Vidra, Juaro, has he got men beyond? No, he doesn't. Long ball downfield. And... Oh, alright, no, sorry, I thought we were going to... Oh, Jesus Christ, lads. Oh, God, don't get sent off as well. It's the 90th minute. There's no need for that shit. He's going to send him off. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why? Wow, okay. There's no really point in me making any changes, to be honest. We've got 1 minute left in the game. I know we've got another substitution available, but there's no really point in any making it. A 3-0. I mean, they've been the better team, no doubt about that, in terms of the number of shots they've had. Absolutely. But in terms of the quality of the chances, we've created equally good opportunities and just aren't putting them in the net. Well, okay, we'll go with that, but I must say, I wasn't expecting to win here. Yeah, that's important, that. So there we go. We are still 4th in the league, and Barcelona move up to 8th now with that win. But the point is, we're still right in there, and the aim for me this year was to get in the Europa League. We've yet to draw a game all season. I've just noticed that. We've won 10 and lost 5. But still, we're hanging on in there, and that's fine by me. It's going to be a really tight season. There seems to be a lot of teams taking points off of each other, which is why it's not going to be easy to get out in front. Although with Atletico and Valencia winning earlier in the day, it's going to be a tough season for us. Where are we predicted to finish? We're predicted to finish 5th. Barcelona are predicted to come third, to be fair. So, Reco Tuva are indeed predicted to come bottom. No big surprise there. Right, so, wow, we've got, look at the amount of away games we've got. Okay. I wanted to do a winnable game in our next episode. Should we do the Rails? That's a lot of games. I'll tell you what, let's do Sporting away. I want to try and do just a winnable game in a live com just because it's been so long since we've won one. I think we won our first game in charge in a live com. I haven't won since. So we need to sort of get that one back up and going again. Plus we've got like the slight little winter break time as well. So that's going to come. So in the next episode, we are going to do the game against Sporting. Is that Sporting Gijón? Sorry, I love saying it. I believe it is, but I don't know if it is or not. Anyway, guys, if you like what you've seen, please do drop a like on the video. And if you'd like to even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Outcast icons and From the Shadows in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock. And I will see you guys in the next episode for the match against Sporting. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.